There's a lot going on out there. There's a lot going on. We're all stressing out and we keep watching the media because we're just stuck at home and just watch the news and we're all freaking out and losing our minds. And I just want you to stop and take a breath.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Mastering the Basics, helping you have a healthier, happier, more successful life. If this is your first time watching any of my videos, my name is Abby. I'm an active duty Air Force emergency manager. I make YouTube videos about fitness, my experience in the military, more specifically in the Air Force, personal development, and one of my biggest passion, personal finance. And in today's video, we're going to talk about 3 things you need to do to survive the 2020 recession. So as you already know, there's currently a situation going on all over the world that's not only threatening the lives of millions of people, it is also threatening the global economy. As you've probably seen, the stock market went way down in numbers we have not seen in years. Many people are calling it a recession. Other people are calling it a depression waiting to happen. Some people saying we are already in a depression. There's a lot going on out there. There's a lot going on. We're all stressing out and we keep watching the media because we're just stuck at home and just watch the news and we're all freaking out and losing our minds. And I just want you to stop and take a breath. Take a breath and realize that you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. You're going to make it through. You will figure it out what it is that is going to take for you to take care of yourself and your family. I guarantee you that. Many people did it during the Great Depression. Many people have done it in previous recessions. And this time around, you and I will get through this. With that being said, let's talk about the 3 things that I want you to do in order to survive the 2020 recession. Number 1, the first thing I want you to do to survive the 2020 recession is cut down your spending. You need to eliminate anything and everything that does not help you stay alive. And what do I mean by that? There's 4 things that I want you to focus on when it comes to your money. The 4 pillars of your home. This is your food. This is your utilities. Your roof, meaning your rent or your mortgage, and then your transportation. Those are the 4 main things I want you to focus on. Anything that's not essential, things like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Apple Music, God, whatever any other subscription that came out in the past 24 hours, because they just keep popping out. Anything that you're subscribed to, your gym membership, consider getting rid of that for the time being. We don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know if it's going to be 3, 6 months. We don't know if it's going to be a year. The news just came out that millions of people just filed for unemployment. It was very unexpected. They were expecting much lower numbers, but because so many people have been getting laid off, their hours have been cut, and so many people have lost their jobs, things are getting pretty bad. What I want you to do first to survive the 2020 recession is to cut down your spending. Figure out where you can spend less money and focus on paying the essentials. Enough just to get you from this month to the next, and whatever other money is left over, hold on to it. Second thing I want you to do to survive the 2020 recession is that if you have money aside, hold on to it. Hold on to it. You should have 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund to survive, which means you have enough money to pay everything you need in those 4 pillars for 3 to 6 months. This allows you to run your household for 3 to 6 months. If you lose your job, if you get laid off, if they cut your hours, or if they cut your pay, you and your spouse are not experiencing a hard amount of pain and suffering because you are stressing the heck out and you don't know what to do in order to keep things afloat at home. Again, whether we are in times like a recession, a depression, or just when the economy seems to be doing the greatest, I recommend that you have 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund aside in order to get by, especially if your job stability is not that great. And the more unstable your job is, the higher of an emergency fund that professionals recommend. Again, that's number 2, is to make sure that you have money aside to make it through this. 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund is what most professionals recommend. Let's move on to number 3. And number 3, it's something that not everyone's going to be able to do. But if you have 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund and you have some extra money aside, this is the time for you to start looking towards investing. This is the time for you to take advantage of some great companies on sale and to start investing for the long term. But I want you to look towards buying stuff that you like, stuff that you believe in, and stuff that you're familiar with. I don't want you to start throwing your money at something you're not educated or familiar with. Make sure that you know and understand what you're putting your money. I personally, I'm investing with Robinhood along with Fidelity. So if you have money aside, if you have some extra cash, if you have some money that you've been putting aside that you know you're not going to need because we don't know how long this illness is going to last, hey, this is the time for you to start looking around and maybe consider investing. If you're going to invest in stocks, there's many apps that you can use. There's many brokers. Robinhood is one of the easiest one. It's not the greatest, however, it's the one that I use. So if you do want to use Robinhood, I'll go ahead and drop my link in the bottom. If you do use my link to subscribe to Robinhood, I'll get a free stock. If you go in, and you'll also get a free stock. You don't have to use my account. You can go to the app store yourself and just get it. Also, another thing, if you're not too familiar with investing, I highly recommend you find some professionals that you believe in. I highly recommend you find some professionals that can help you figure out where to put your money and educate you on how the stock market and investing work. I don't recommend that you put your money on something you don't understand. Make sure you understand it before you put your money in it. Let's recap the 3 things that I wanted you to do in order to survive the 2020 recession. Number 1, cut down on your spending. Eliminate all unnecessary spending. Number 2 is have 3 to 6 months of your emergency fund aside if you can, or whatever money you have on the side, hold on to it. We don't know how long this is going to go. We don't know how long it'll take for everything to go back to normal and for the economy to get back to what it was. And then number 3 is, if you have some money aside and you know you won't need it, and you know you have a stable job, I highly recommend you start looking towards investing. It is in times like this that a lot of the millionaires and billionaires make a lot of money, and that is because they take advantage of the situation and they buy all these great companies that are on sale. And by buying companies, I mean they get their stocks, which is a portion or a fraction of the company. Not getting into details about that, but look into investing. I'll drop the link to Robinhood if you'd like to get started. Hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you have a plan to make it through this. If you're not familiar with budgeting, if you have questions or anything like that, I'm going to leave my Instagram. You can message me here. You can message me on Instagram. I've gotten out of debt twice. I've gotten other people out of debt. It is not that complicated, and I'm willing to help you out however I can. I can't give you money, but I can give you knowledge, and knowledge is power if you use it. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, cut down your spending. Keep some of your money. If you have extra money, look into investing because this is the time to make some cash. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace.